jumping and the drum began to swing. You should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing. Let it rock. Everybody let it rock. Everybody in home say,
Yes, indeed. Man, that guy was good. It's been 35 years since the king of rock and roll, the greatest musician in the history of the world, left the building. He died August 16th, 1977. If he were here and alive today, he'd be 77 years old. I miss him. I miss him a lot. And all the punks that came after him who can't play music, he was the greatest there ever was.
He's better than Beethoven?
Yes. Oh, yeah. He taught Beethoven everything he knows.
Beethoven couldn't dance.
Now, what was
you
it?
brought that up before.
The music? Was it his bedazzled unison?
Now, listen, wait a
his
second.
hip gyration?
This is the guy that actually did create rock and roll. He took a combination of gospel and blues, Chicago blues, put them together, and started the whole rock and roll movement. So everybody who came after him can thank Elvis Presley.
I think he's totally cool. I think he's awesome. My mom, my parents loved him, and my dad
looked like
my dad looked like a young Elvis.
But I will say this, pretty amazing. Yesterday, I believe, Lisa Marie, the daughter, Priscilla, show up together for the first time since he passed away. They said they kept away because it was too emotional in the years past.
Yeah.
This year, they felt as though they could do it. They thanked their fans for showing up. Elvis bigger today than he was when he was on HBO all those years.
I thought you were going to say that there was an Elvis sighting at the Kmart.
No, I wasn't going to say
Daniel,
that.
weren't you a big Elvis fan?
Love it. Big time.
Is that all you got to say?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so,
a diss. Go ahead.
I am a huge Elvis fan. I grew up listening to Elvis because it was my mom's favorite, and my dad was in the Army with Elvis at the same time and sang with them. Yeah, so I love him. I think he's incredible. If I can do without the Beatles, I can't do without Elvis.
You know, when the Rolling Stones give Elvis Presley a lot of credit for their music, because the Stones were influenced by Chicago blues, and Keith Richards wrote his book, his tome, whatever you call it, 1,300 pages long. It's 900 about being stoned as a stone. But he talks about Elvis Presley all the time, and he's right. This guy had a huge impact, and he was a crossover. He could play for black groups and white groups, and then he brought them together. And Dick, what's his name? Dick, who's the guy? Dick Clark, the guy they brought out at New Year's Eve on a regular basis near the end. Anyway,
he passed away, so we have to...
He passed away. No, it was said he was a great guy, but he did American Bandstand. Elvis Presley was responsible for all those groups.
And I remember the hip shaking. They didn't want to show it on. Was that guy?
Well, that was
before my time.
The conservative church movement in the South. Remember, they banned him. He wasn't allowed
on what
to.
show? On one of those late night shows.
Well, one of those gospel hour things, man. It was.
I thought it was Ed Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, no, it was on Ed Sullivan, but they shot him from the waist
shot him
up.
waist up because he moved.
That's what they do with me.
When I find that's true, and all of us, sadly. But I will say this: it's amazing he only lived to 42. Number one.
Okay.
And number two is that nobody was strong enough in his life to stand up and say, "Elvis, you're killing yourself. You got more talent than anyone else on the planet.
Enabler.
Get in there and settle down and lose some weight."
Should we also not say that? Forget to say that Madonna turned 54 years old today.
Happy birthday, Madonna.
She looks great.